people, average citizens, quietly making the world a better place. We are going to be exploring who they are and what crafts they do. So come and join us.
Andy, you're up.
Oh, are we live? Sorry.
Yeah, we are.
Well, that's a fantastic start, isn't it?
Is that a make a bingo already?
We're live. That's not the bingo, is it?
That is a brilliant start. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining with my terrible intro skills. I'm Andy. I am one of the marketing team at Dremel. Thank you very much for joining our live. We're going to do a bit of introduction and explaining as to what these lives are about, how we're going to run them. You won't have hopefully too much from me in later lives, but there will be a little bit of me because we really want to get you chatting to the makers we have on, and also chatting amongst yourselves, because these lives are about you. But before we start off, please feel free to ask any questions that you want to. Obviously have the chat to ask them in. If you decide that you have a question that you want us to bring up at a next live show, we have an email address that should be running across your screen somewhere around here at some point. It's pt.dremelmarketing@uk.bosch.com, which is a mouthful, I admit, but it's all in the description. So if you have any questions, as I say, or any subject matter you want us to cover on the live stream, drop us an email. You can get us on any of our social media. When you are putting a question in the chat, if you could put a capital Q at the beginning of it, and then we can definitely filter it as a question and get to a bit quicker. Shout outs for you before I forget. If you are on social media, please don't forget to follow us at Dremel_UK on Instagram, and then we've got Spirit and Bear with us and Peachtree Crafting who introduce themselves in a bit more detail. We'll have guests on appearance for future live streams as well. So if there's anyone you particularly want to see, let us know. We will also have a sticker wall. Makers love sticker walls. They're pretty cool. You get to stick stickers on them. But we'll have one in the Bosch office. If you would like to have a shout out and you have some stickers, please send them through. Again, our address is in the description. It's at the Robert Bosch offices. Don't be confused. You'll see the address. We are owned by Bosch, but we won't go into that for too much. Make sure it's for the attention of Dremel, and what we'll do is we'll try and give you a shout out when we get those. And if you include a return address, we will put some stickers in the post to you as well. One last point before we meet the makers. We have live stream bingo. It's something that we were doing with ourselves because we were coming up with silly words and silly things that we kept repeating. We figured that we would allow you all to have a go as well. There aren't any prizes to be won, I'm afraid, but you can find it on our Facebook and on our Instagram page. That's Dremel_UK. It's just silly things we were saying a lot. If you hear us all and you complete it, shout out bingo in the chat first. If not, one of us might well go, oh, bingo, oh, definitely. But yeah, let's turn it all over to our makers then. So, guys, please introduce yourselves.
Thank you, Andy. Okay, so I'm Kez. Well, I'm one half of Spirit and Bear. I'm actually the bear half. I'm actually the bear half. So I got into making, well, years and years ago. It started with paper mache, I suppose, as Blue Peter, years and years ago. My speciality is art. Obviously Phil, a lot of you guys already know Phil. He helps me with that. And my favourite material to work with is wood, and I love wood carving and scroll sawing. I think that's about me. It. Oh, there is one thing. I've been asked to say there's something interesting about me. I actually used to captain a esports team, COD 4. So that is actually where our name Spirit and Bear come from originally. So, but yeah, that's me. Who's next?
I suppose it's me. I'm Phil, the other half of Spirit and Bear. I've been into making probably most of my life through necessity. can't afford it, you made it. So, and I suppose in speciality wise, I do the things that Kez can't.
And I do what you can't.
So we make a great team.
Yeah. I make your things look pretty.
That's it.
You make Spirit and Bear look pretty, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Kez, it is debatable, but you know, we all have our own opinions on that. So.
Thanks.
Wayne wants to know how many cushions Kez is sitting on to make her look the same height as Phil.
Hang on, I'm actually sat on a little chair.
4.
Here we are. Yeah. That answer your question, Wayne.
Cool. Talking of pretty, then who's the next one?
Over to you,
That's you, Mark.
That'd be me. I will say that my connection keeps dropping. So if I go, I'm really sorry. I'm on a wide connection as well. Anyway, I'm Mark. I've been making. How long I've been making for? And I inherited a load of tools from my grandparents, and much like Phil, when I needed something, I started making it. A lot of it was around my son. If he needed a wand because he was into Harry Potter, I learned how to make a wand. Those sorts of things. Mostly do woodworking, but then I occasionally go into metalwork, such as jerry cans and other bits and bobs as well. I got my very first Dremel as a Christmas present back 8-9 years ago, and that's in here somewhere, but I don't know exactly where it is. And I joined the Misfits about 2 years ago, November 2 years ago it was. And my favourite Dremel is this one, H260. And something interesting about me. In my last job, I was known as Batman. And that was because I seemed to be able to track bats at work and direct them out the building randomly. I was taking the Mickey ones going, make what I thought was bat noises. Bat came and landed on my hand. So, I was able to safely get it out of the building. So then I became Batman.
That's excellent, Mark. That
Thus
really is
the Batman insignia. Yeah, that's me.
That is definitely random. That is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am Andy.
That's me. Random.
I'm Andy. I work for Dremel, hence my name is the Dremel Stooge. As I mentioned before, we want these live streams to be for you, for all the makers out there, for you guys to discuss things. Admittedly, we are going to talk Dremel a lot. That's unfortunately going to happen. It's a Dremel channel. It's a Dremel live stream. That's what it is. I obviously love the brand. I obviously love it. Admittedly, I wouldn't class myself as a maker at all. I actually dislike DIY, but since I joined Dremel, I do like crafting. Glass engraving is probably my thing. Metal engraving, woodworking and stuff is just it's just too scary, and you get sawdust everywhere, so it's a bit there. I'm always intrigued at what makers such as Mark, Kez and Phil create. It's always amazing to see everyone's journey, and it's always great that the community is always learning and willing to share ideas, and that's what we want these to be about. My first experience with Dremel was when I first joined Bosch. I went, who are Dremel? And then I joined Dremel 6 years ago, I believe, and haven't looked back, and it's awesome. How did I become a Dremel Misfit Maker? Well, technically I started the community, so we'll just say that I'm an honorary one. I might get myself a badge and everything. My favorite, my favorite Dremel tool. Oh, I love the Stylo Plus because I can just. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and as I say, I do a lot of glass engraving, so you don't need a big tool for that. But the first tool I launched was the 4300, so I have a bit of a special place in my heart for that. Something interesting about myself, not around making. I'm not very interesting at all, but I do have an amazing dog that I probably won't shut up about at some point because she's just amazing and fluffy, and I love her to bits. I can't wait for Kez to teach me how to do pyrography to draw her. Anyway, they are introductions, and Paulina, yes, I am a born I am a born presenter. Obviously, we have to do this a lot. So sometimes, I mean, I'm reading off PowerPoint slides that you can't see because that's what we do at work. So I'm going to hopefully hand over to these guys because then otherwise it's just a bit like, man, look at my slides. So yeah, moving on. I guess. Yeah, what we do next? Shout outs, right? Should we go for some shout outs?
Yeah, let's give these guys a shout out. They're all turned up to watch us.
Joining us today, we have first in the queue, would you believe, JP Woodward?
Yeah, I think we should.
Oh, not that bloke. Oh dear.
We have Wayne the Woodturner.
It's not getting any better. Maybe we have to knock these on the head now.
We have the guys from Shadow Foam. We have Rob from Klingsplorer Brazes has joined us. Lucy Bundy Rowe. Andy from AHP Spoke.
Some weird people called Spirit and Bear.
Oh, they're out there.
Lucy's got a question, actually.
Oh.
Lucy's just asked what Kez is short for.
Kez?
Because she's only got little legs.
Yeah, it is Kez.
Yeah. John from Jigs's Shed's out there. Another misfit.
Yep.
Andrew from AGK Woodworks is out there.
He says a big hello, so hello back.
Have we got any more? Yeah. Tendring Wood Turnings out there.
Hello.
Wayne and Valerie are out there.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Mr. Gilbert, did you get your flange fixed?
It's a rather personal question.
What?
That won't make any sense to other than a few people in the community, and it is just turned to charity 50 quid.
Oh, sorry. That is great about the charity, but Phil, did the look on my face not give away that meant nothing to anyone else apart from that small people in the community? I mean, I'm not a very good actor, and I can't hide my emotions.
Well, that's doing well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
we'll get there in a second.
Oh, I can see Jamie's got a question. My facial hair is coming along nicely, apparently. Have you turned to the dark side? Well, I trimmed it just for you, Jamie, but
the TV just turned off.
Right, and we're back. Right, other people out there. We've got Paulina from by Felicia. We've got Gav. I'm going down this.
Yep.
Going down, we've got Huey Lionheart. Keep it classy, Huey.
Yes, please. Dale from Maple Tree Studios. Yeah.
We're coming to the end.
We've got Dremel UK in there.
That's a good start. Okay.
This isn't a good start. Second time the TV's turned off.
Oh dear.
Is it?
Oh dear. Okay, well let's go on because we can still see you. So we haven't given you a shout out.
You can't see your TV.
we're doing very well. Practice a lot.
Why is it? It always happens when you lie.
Paulina.
Yeah, we have Shop Dog Workshop out there. Just open up going on.
In the test, it was fine, like half an hour.
Andy the Valley Woodturner. It's there. I think we're coming towards the end.
We are.
Oh, got Laurie. Laurie's there. Hello.
She didn't try her second name. She wasn't going to.
I wasn't going to butcher it. I'm sorry.
No, we have come to an end.
We've come to an end. Welcome, guys. Nice to see you all.
Yeah, well, welcome everyone. Let's see. What we're going to do is we want these to do. We want these to be like you guys showing us stuff. So, but obviously we have makers on here. So what we're going to do is have a little bit of a show and tell at the moment. What we want you to do is submit your projects over social or with the email address I mentioned earlier. And again, we can give you shout outs for doing that. It'd be interesting to understand how you guys are doing things, what you're up to, what you're making, but also what these three are making as well. So Kez, Phil, Mark, who wants to go first? What have you been working on?
I just want to say hi to Baz because we got some mention plans, and he wanted to know if he needed 50p for the TV. Yeah, he's like the old electricity machine. Yeah.
No, you used to be able to get TVs with meters in the back of them as well. Yes. That's
So,
showing your age, Baz. Showing your age, Baz.
yeah.
So what are you going to show?
Yeah, back to the show and tell. Sorry, guys.
What are you going to show first?
Yeah, okay, so I have been working on this Molyneux.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I said it, right?
Have you been practicing that name for Kez?
Yay!
Sorry, Kez, how do you say it?
Molyneux. Maybe. Okay, so I've been working on this.
Molyneux.
This is actually... Yeah. This is
Molyneux.
actually...
Yeah.
This is actually in collaboration with another maker, Paul from Brookswood Builds. He made it, the mallet, and I am actually wood burning it. But I could do with some help maybe from you guys on the chat or you guys. Now, I'm not sure whether to get some paint in there and paint some of it in, some like the damage and everything. I'm going to use the Dremel to carve in some like battle damage and stuff like that. But I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to go for paint or whether I'll just wood burn the whole lot and do the damage with wood burning. What do you guys think?
And Andy Hill says you didn't pronounce it right.
Sorry.
And Huey's showing you the correct pronunciation.
Moulinex.
Yeah.
I would say, Kez, I would use a bit of both. I would use the first tip for a bit of battle damage, but also use if you wanted a cutting disc, would be pretty cool to add like what look like strikes on it. I know some of the cosplay guys do stuff like that to create battle damage on their costumes.
Yeah, as I am going to add the battle damage, but I wasn't sure whether to do sort of like more like paint as well, so painting the grooves, or just do like the wood, use the first tip to do the wood burning and stuff like that on it. You see, so kind of like, Andy said airbrush, so yeah, I've got an airbrush, so it could be, definitely add some different in there. So yeah, that's the project I'm doing at the moment, and it's kind of
can't you damage it on Phil's head? Standing on the chair. Well,
try.
You know where your friends are, don't you?
You could try, but I don't think she wants to destroy it. I think she just wants it a little bit damaged.
Yeah. I don't technically want to destroy it. You just put some good work.
And the guys from Shadow Family rejoined us by the looks.
Hi. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on.
Well, I've been working on getting this set up.
Happens to be.
Yeah. Other than that, I had chance in between working on this lot of turning this little beauty from a blank from Jamie from JP Woodwork. I think that turned out quite nice.
It's actually resin.
I think we may have lost Mark.
Well, we've got his sound still. We just got a camera.
Oh no, not again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. Why?
So but Phil, is this
3 times now, Mark?
Phil? Does Jamie pay you with like craft projects for cheesy nachos? Is that how that works?
No.
We went to visit. He actually fed us pie and mash. So we went to visit him, and he fed us pie and mash. We took in cheesy nachos, right? Because the pies are absolutely to die for. They really are. And we just did a food trade-off. So yeah, it was pretty good.
I know.
Anyway, Andy, what have you been working on?
What have I been working? Well, let me tell you, aren't you in for a treat? So if you are following us on social media, my very talented colleague Grace did some filming with me the other day and made it look half decent. In that I have recently moved house, and I've always wanted a decorated whiskey decanter. So I decided to engrave one, which you probably can't see now. I'm holding it up against. Can I get a folder behind me here? Oh, crikey! You probably can't see it because of the screen. But if you check out our Yeah, you can't really see that. Apologies on that. If you check out our social, we've recently just posted that. It's essentially a spaceman riding a whale through the clouds, as you do. Yeah, because my other half loves whales. I think spacemen are pretty cool. Ticks all the boxes.
Put them all together. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. I mean, to give you guys an idea as well, and we'll talk about more of these in further lives. In that, it can be quite difficult to put designs on things, and unlike Kez, Mark, Phil, I am not very talented when it comes to that. So I use transfer paper and designs that I either practice a lot or I take off Pinterest. So if you aren't very talented when it comes to drawing like me, that doesn't mean you can't become a talented engraver or something, because you just follow lines and you cheat, and people go, "Isn't that amazing?" And you're like, "Yeah, I am."
There's nothing wrong with that. So, got a question for the chat really. What have you guys been working on? So tell us what you've been working on. You know, we want to know as well.
Don't forget, if you want to show us, you can send them into the email address that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Or if you don't want to go the corporate route, you can just message myself, us, or Mark, or even the Instagram page for Dremel UK.
Yeah, tag us in. Do whatever is easiest for you. We want to share what you guys create, because you create some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah.
I think Mark's giving up with his camera.
Mark, your mic's off.
Yeah, you're on mute, mate.
Is that another bingo?
I think it is.
How many bingos have you got yet?
Oh, we're doing quite well. Nobody's mentioned Tiny Spanner.
Am I still on mute?
No, you're all right.
Okay, so you can see me and you can hear me.
Yes.
And it's gone downhill from there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
that's good.
So, Mark, what have you been working on apart from your connection skills?
It's wired. There's no reason why it shouldn't be working. Right, I'll work on that. I've been working on the workshop. This is what I've been working on as a backdrop for videos and lives that lose connection and whatnot. So this mostly. So Shadow Foam, I know you're in there, Jonathan, but I was lucky enough to go down to Shadow Foam the other week. And Jonathan and myself, Jonathan did most of the work, to be fair, cutting this out to put my Dremels in. Yeah, it was a bit of fun, and I know they put a video out on their channel, which is doing okay. And today I've started on these. These are a very old pair of binoculars I found in a charity shop for £5. So I'm going to polish them up, fix them, attach some more leather because the leather's come off, and see how much I can sell them for as a profit, just as a test, really. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on over the next few days. Yeah, that's me.
I've just actually had a picture come through, and it's something that Jamie Page has been working on. So
it's cheesy nachos, isn't it?
No, it's not cheesy nachos. It's actually pretty good. Jamie, can I show it?
You won't see it on the camera. You won't pick it up properly. It'll come on next month.
Oh, okay, so we'll have to put it on we'll put it on next month's live. We'll put it on the. I just put it up. Is that all right? Yeah. Always said it can show it, but it's not going to come up on the camera.
Things will go wrong if I try and drag it up on the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll show it next. We'll show it next time,
Anyway,
Jamie.
we'll put it on next month. Thank you, Jamie, for sending that in. That's pretty cool. Jigsy said, my wife sits here and said, Bluey and Bingo's hat. It's crochet, not Dremel. That's all right. Send it in. Send us a picture, John.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be Dremel, does it? If
No,
someone's made something, it doesn't need to be.
Absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it can be anything you're working on. Cool. Well, actually, on Jigsy's shed, he's currently working on a textured bowl, and also trying some designs, doing some engraving and some pyrography onto bowls. That's pretty cool.
Oh. Can't wait to see it, John. Yeah, definitely can't wait to see that.
Oh dear,
Cool.
Well,
Huey wants to know if he needs to send somebody some ketchup.
no, Huey, I'll let you keep your ketchup, mate.
Is it ketchup or catsup?
Ketchup. Yeah.
For those of you who are old enough to know that reference. Cool. Okay. So as we mentioned, everyone, guys, send in your projects, and we'll try and get through as many of them as we can. And if you can, give us a bit of description as to how you've done them, where the inspiration came from, and everything like that. Because otherwise, yeah, we want people to know where it all where it all came from. We were gonna do a brief history of Dremel, but yeah, you can kind of find that on our website, and it's a bit, we've been around for a long time. Blah blah blah.
Hold on, no, Andy, it's on the agenda.
Wait, I know, and I know what
agenda. If you're just gonna,
and I know what you three are getting to, because you want me to do something that I did in the practice the other day, which involved my beautiful dulcet tones and my beautiful.
Don't worry, Andy,
voice.
because I was able to cut it out of the recording. Phil, please, will you play that video I sent you?
Okay.
Oh, I hate you all. I really hate
I'm
you all.
joking. I didn't really. As if I'd do that to you.
Well, before you sing it, just before you play it, Andy from AHB Spoke says he's been working on one of 4 Christmas dioramas, so they should be really good. Can't wait to see those. And then we've got Gav. He says he's become addicted to making homeless gonks and wonky worn hats. That sounds really interesting.
What's a homeless gonk?
Well, let Gav
What's the
explain.
gonk is?
He hasn't sold it yet.
Okay. I mean, a wonky worn hat kind of sounds like a Viking that's had a few too many and fallen over.
Yeah.
Andy, do you know what a gonk is first?
I don't know what a gonk is, no.
A gonk is a Norwegian gnome. You know, like a garden gnome. It's like a Norwegian or Swedish, Scandinavian Christmas gnome.
Okay, guys, from the chat, if you have been making gonks, email them to Andy.
Yes, please do. I would love. I never thought I would say this. I would love to see your gonks. Which is probably going to get me in trouble.
Scroll in, and it is in the description box below.
Someone said, JP Woodworker said gonks are about the same height as Kez.
Yeah, probably.
It's a bit of a theme going on here, Kez, about your height.
Hey, you're the same height as me, Mark.
I know, exactly.
Okay.
Wayne says
it's not me saying it.
Yeah. Wayne Bigfoot says he's supposed to be doing his diorama, but his back's gone again.
I hope it gets better soon, mate.
So he's doing miniature Christmas trees instead.
Yeah, I saw those. They were like about 2 millimeters big. Or small.
AGK says he's making lots of gonks as well.
Because Debbie says so. Nice one, Debbie!
It's a gonky time of year.
Yeah. JP Woodwork says my goal is to make red arrows diorama using resin. That should be interesting. Can't wait to see that.
Okay.
Dremel
coming out
So
here.
Shadowphone wants to know. I would like to know where Dremel came from.
I think that's probably came from. Not
Came
game,
from.
but
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Right,
It's Austria, isn't it?
we'll get down a couple more of these before we go. So we have
Huey. I'm currently working on a series of stain-coloured bowls, not bad for a butcher.
How have you stained them?
The red is. He did one. I watched a video of his the other day, and he'd done red. He's turned a bowl, but on the inside it's stained, and it's stained red, and he came out absolutely brilliant. He really did. He did a good job at that, Huey. Go and have a look. Go and have a look. It's pretty cool.
Dale at Maple Tree Studios is making a large jet set Willie.
I mean,
I already read the first bit then.
Yeah, we'll leave the rest.
Wasn't sure where this was going.
Mark from Shop Dog Workshop.
I made a hybrid apple for fun. Now have 3 orders for some. Mark,
I've seen the apples. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, his resin work is absolutely amazing. You do a good job.
What we got now?
Jigsy's got a few unfinished gonks. Sounds like you're making an army, mate. Army of gonks. Yeah.
It's not quite as terrifying as the terracotta army.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tendering wood turning. Nearly finished an England rugby themed bowl with resin. That sounds interesting.
That sounds cool,
does.
that.
Yeah, I'd love to see that when it's finished. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Please,
I
Sam.
have a question.
Who
Do I have
you
to
do?
put my hand up here? Yeah, do I have to put my hand up if we have a question?
Yes, man at the back.
Yeah. So in the future, if people have got things they want to share, are we going to have a way that they can share it with us, like pictures? I don't know, like Discord or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, plus the email below.
Yes, it is actually. We were going to ask you guys in the chat, as Mark kindly referred to. We were looking at making a Discord channel, and to be able to, so you guys can come over, post your things, and get involved with the maker community. That, you know, obviously you guys are in the maker community, but come across and sort of like join the Dremel maker community, as well as, you know, to sort of like show your things off, ask questions, give advice, receive advice, anything that you know, sort of need, or even the Dremel stooge, if you need access to him, you can have him. Yes, so we'll sell his services
For a commission.
Yeah, that's the one. He's got a commission, yeah.
So we end up paying people rather than getting any money, but anyway, not to worry.
Yeah, that's the one. But yeah, no, it's sort of, you know, yeah, if there's cheesy nachos in there, says Jamie. Okay, we can bribe you with cheesy nachos if you really want them, Jamie.
We'll just create him a nacho channel.
Yeah, you should have a nacho channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would just wanted to know what you guys think. You know, is that sort of something that you'd come and have a look around and join in with?
I think it's a good idea.
I'd join. Thinks it's a good idea. Jamie Page says it's a good idea. John from Jigsy Shed sounds good.
Yeah, brilliant.
I'd have to get my 13-year-old son to show me how to work it, but yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Now you can show your age, mate.
Yeah.
If I can work it, you can work it.
In Mark's defence, I'd need him to then show me how it works as well.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Jamie's doing the bingo.
And you took that off your bingo list.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Yeah, what else we got on there?
Do you? Lucy wants to know if Shug's got a thing for nachos.
No,
it's Jamie that's got a thing for nachos. Baz, what's Discord?
Obsession with nachos.
It's Baz. Discord is a nicer place than Facebook.
Yeah.
That's like I said.
Well, a lot nicer than Twitter.
Yeah, it's just a shame that Instagram hasn't got the group thing that like Facebook has got, that you can just have, you know, that would be really good. And it's sort of Discord sort of like fills that need, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so are we going to have Dremel's 3000 song? Yeah. Come on, Andy.
Right. Yeah. So right, I'm assuming most of you know. I'm assuming most of you know what a rotary tool is, or a multi-tool. Basically, what
is it? A spinny thing?
It's a spinny thing. It is a spinny thing. That most of you are familiar with one of these. If I stick it in front of my face so it shows. Basically, it has an on-off switch. Spins at one end. You stick an accessory bit in it, and off you go, and you do stuff with it. So again in these live streams, if you want more information on them, or a particular product, let us know. What we'll do, we'll also be doing product demos in future as well, mainly around applications and stuff. But I don't want to come on here every month and go, this is a 3000. What it does is this bit spins and it has an on-off. It don't want to be doing that. We want to be showing you how they work, but there are, you know, certain times when we will be talking about certain products. But what I thought would be a good idea, which I'm now regretting, and I can see that I'm procrastinating and trying to stay away from this as much as I can. In that I thought it would be a good idea that when we have a tool, is that I do a little song, a little ditty to go with them, so you can kind of remember what they are. And I've basically made a rod for my own back here. Crikey. Yeah, so I have to get the.
Did you edit? Are you sure you didn't edit the other one out?
No.
Come on.
I'll sing it. So if you don't,
the time.
If you are looking to get a little 3000, they are pretty cool because they have a little smiley face here on the back, which isn't in the song, unfortunately. But what I'll do is, so you can remember what these do, if you are ever in a retailer or looking to buy one and you're not sure what they do, all you have to do is recount this little song. Okay. Now, if you know the words, sing it with me. And how it goes is you've got your on off switch, your hanging hook, soft grip, and soft grip over here. You put the bits in this end and watch them spin. Now, what are you gonna make? Oh, Dremel 3000. Oh, Dremel 3000. Oh, Dremel 3000. Spin, spin, craft, make.
Come on, guys, clappy emojis in the chat.
I didn't think you'd actually do that, Andy.
I'll be honest with you, Mark. Since I've joined Dremel, I didn't think I'd do a lot of things that I've done in my career, but it turns out.
Oh dear.
And what I will try and do is I will try and come up with another song for another tool next month. So tuned in for another song with
By the end of the year or mid next year, we could have a whole album.
I'm hoping so. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have my own little album.
I feel that next month's needs to be Christmas related, so it needs to have a bit of a jingle to it.
Yeah.
Oh crikey!
Some bells.
I don't take requests.
It's Creative Christmas. Oh my god.
Right, yeah.
Right. Sorry, the Mystic. Can you do it again?
I could say what?
Shadow Phone said, "The Sorry, the Mystic." Can you do it again? Please, with the cherry on top.
Don't worry, Jonathan, because I will be editing this at some point, so we'll be saving that and sending it out. Yes.
And what we'll do, we'll make a club classic version, an extended version, a different version of it.
Make a nice YouTube short. That
it would make a nice YouTube short. Yeah. Maybe we could do it properly. Yeah, crikey.
Yeah, do it.
A rig.
James, you need to use a Dremel as a microphone for the full effect.
Well, yeah, but then you can't see all the lovely features that I was. You can't like sing into it and then point out soft grip and stuff. Okay, come on, use your noggin. None of you have thought this through logically.
Last Christmas, you gave me your 40 flex. Yeah.
It sounds like Mark wants to take over the singing.
Whoa! We've not heard me sing. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be increasing the people that watch this, not send them all off in droves to a different channel.
Oh my gosh.
Right, well, I think that's enough history on Dremel. Shall we move on a lot more swiftly than I wish we had?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay, so next we have have you got the stickers, Andy?
I do.
Okay, so we've already had some stickers sent in to us. To Andy, he thinks he's got fan mail.
So cool, I got fan mail. That's what I convinced the post from.
We actually broke Andy's sticker swap virginity. So we did really well with that. So what we're going to have is, Andy briefly explained it earlier, we're going to have a sticker wall at the Bosch headquarters, Dremel headquarters, Bosch headquarters, same thing really. We're going to have a sticker wall. So when you guys send your stickers in, again, we're going to, each month, we're going to stick them, they're going to be stuck up, or Andy's going to stick them up, because we're not there, obviously. He's going to stick them up, and what we'll do is we'll show on the show the sticking of them on the wall. So what we're going to do is aim to fill that sticker wall, so Andy has to buy a new one. Okay. But not only, sort of like you said, your stickers in, you get a shout out on the show, but also make sure you put your return address into the envelope, because you will get a bunch of stickers back again. So it will be a true sticker swap. And we've been trying to teach Andy this. So
all his colleagues at Bosch are going to think he's popular.
Yeah, that's the one.
Firstly, Phil, no,
so
they won't.
It looks
ever.
Something like this.
Yeah, that's it. Mark's got one. Look, you see.
It will. But because the way you explained it, you made it sound like I don't know how to share or swap. I know how to share or swap. That's...
Yeah, no. You don't have to share or swap, but it's bringing you are corporate and we are makers, and we're dragging you into this maker community, and you're gonna learn a lot of ways that we do things. So and it is done very, very differently. So
that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah. So as Kez mentioned, I have a few stickers here. I mean, admittedly, this first trick I'm going to show you is these two reprobates that are on the call. I mean,
who are they?
I've no idea, absolutely no idea. But Yeah, that probably won't go in the bin, that one. Next one is, I mean, some of these are already Misfit Makers, so, but you know, they were the first ones that sent us in. Michaela Eade, who is a very talented artist and fabricator and welder. She's always worth checking out. Yeah, she's Michaela Eade Metalwork. Oh, sorry, don't forget Spirit and Bear as well. Sorry, I forgot to give. Obviously, they're here. But yeah, I forgot to say their tag as well. We have Gemini Bespoke Knives, who is Dean up in Scotland. He makes like custom kitchen knives. They're really, really good. I mean, when he's not setting fire to his workshop, he makes really, really good work, to be fair. But I don't think I should supply him Dremels. I think I should supply him with fire extinguishers, but that's a whole different conversation. We go with. We have John from Jigsy Shed, who you've seen in the in the chat already. So thank you for those, John. And then we have, last but not least, although he is a man of many stickers and not just talents, as it turns out, we have one from JP Woodwork. We have two from JP Woodwork. And then if you didn't know,
yeah,
I've got to pick them up in a minute. Jamie also does his own live show called Saturday Morning Cartoons, which is that's kind of cool as my face. Yeah, he does Saturday morning cartoons, and they talk things craft and stuff as well. So that's pretty cool. So check Jamie out. Although I think Jamie is trying to take over the sticker wall already. He thinks it's a game of Risk, apparently. But yeah, so make sure you send in your stickers. Say as Kes said, the address is below. Make sure you put them for my attention, because if you put them for Bosch, there are many different divisions there, and they don't understand stickers or anything like that. So please make sure you put them for the attention of Dremel. And yeah, we will give you a shout out each month when we get them, and put your return address in there, and you'll get some stickers back.
Must remember to send mine in.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Mark.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I actually some today though, whilst I was tidying up, so I've got some that I found, so I don't need to wait for many ones to come. So, should we talk about? Oh, sorry, go on. Sorry, Kez, go on.
You're all right.
Should we talk about why we're doing these live streams?
That's a good plan.
There you go. Away you go, mate.
Yeah,
It's a good plan.
Yeah,
Go
well,
for it. Yeah.
So, although we are sort of on a Dremel channel, it's the official UK Dremel channel. It's not just going to be all about Dremels. I think we've touched on it. I know. Sorry, Andy. Sorry. It's about community at the end of the day, isn't it? It's and teaching and education. And I know one of the things that I found when I first started out at making is there's a lot of key holding or gatekeepers sometimes, and getting the information can be quite hard. So I know it's something I'm passionate about, is making sure the stuff that I know and I've learned, I can pass on to other people. And that's my general ethos in all of this. I'm not sure if Kez and Phil and Andy are the same with that, but I know that's where I'm coming from with and wanting to do this. Yep.
It's yeah. We love the maker community, and it's kind of dragging the Dremel guys into it.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were done. I thought you were done there, Kez. I thought you were just like, yep.
No, we just had a naughty comment we were removing while you were talking.
Sorry.
That's why we're distracted slightly.
Oh yeah, I can see they were blocked. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
You'll have to tell me what the comment was afterwards.
It was a pictures.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, go on, Kez. John from Jigsy's Shed's got a question for you. What is the weirdest thing you've done with a Dremel?
Well, the weirdest, not necessarily the weirdest thing I've done with a Dremel, but definitely the funniest thing I've done with a Dremel is when I've been carving, is shooting bits of wood across the workshop, and they ping round and hit you back again. But definitely the weirdest thing I've heard with a Dremel, next time you speak to a fireman, go and ask them. That is
Oh yeah. We definitely can't talk about that tonight.
Go and speak to a fireman and ask what they use a Dremel for.
Could that be used? Could it be in the Discord channel? Maybe that could be discussed rather than
I
live.
think that's definitely Discord material.
Yes.
Let's just say we're never going to do a step-by-step guide for it.
And I think you've started a trend off, Mark.
Have I?
I've seen Mark project PN on the wall. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
You've set a trend off between you and
Yeah.
Shadow.
Go and check out Shadow Phone video. It's how to do it.
Andy's Cornish Creations is just joined us. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy. Ooh.
It's falling off the Mark. What is going on with you tonight?
I was that shocked by Andy's Cornish Creations joining us. I fell off my stool.
Obviously, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, as they've kind of alluded to, I am the corporate stooge within the group. But as I have got to know the making community, it is a community, and I think that is a word that is banded around a lot, but you definitely see it within makers a lot. And what I want to do as a brand is, admittedly, you know, I need to sell more tools because I do work for a brand. That's how it works. But so the cynic in me is like, yeah, of course you're going to say this, yeah. But there is more to it than that, and there is more to that whole sharing thing. And one thing many things I've found working for Dremel is that there is a great maker community out there, and most of you know each other a lot, which is great. But if any way that we as a brand, and me as a brand manager, can help facilitate that community in any way, we take that as a win. Now, we know not everyone's going to buy a Dremel. We know that some people within crafting aren't interested in using a Dremel. Fine, you know, obviously the business side of me would prefer that was different, but fine, that's not a problem. But what we want to do is help facilitate and build that community, because if the community thrives, then we thrive. And again, if you guys as a community are creating and sharing info and doing the really cool stuff that you do, and more people can see it, you'll get more people into that community as well. So it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy and build itself. So that's what we want to do. That's what I would like to do. Again, yeah, so admittedly, I'm going to talk Dremel a lot, but I mean, it is my job as well. So
There's still, you can talk Dremel a lot, and that's absolutely fine. There is also Bosch, you know, you can talk Bosch too.
Yeah. No, we'll get the Bosch team in for that. I don't. Nah,
Plus,
they're rubbish.
There are going to be people that have questions about Dremel, or how to use a Dremel, or what to use this, and yeah.
I mean, I was going to say to you earlier, Mark, you know, sort of like the frequently asked questions before you said about, you know, the sort of maker community and everything. You know, we get a lot of questions, various different ones, obviously, but then we get you find that you get a lot of the same questions as well. You know, and one question that I normally get asked a lot of is, what carving bits do I use? You know,
what carving bits do you use, Kez?
I can't remember the numbers offhand. It's the two, the bigger cone-shaped one and the smaller cone-shaped one. The ones that I normally use. I don't know if I've got it in here actually. There we go. Yeah, I've got one in. Huh?
That one.
No.
So yeah, I've got.
Oh no, not that one.
I think it's the 118. There you go. You got it now. So that is the one that I most use, and a lot of people go, well, they can't use that one because they're trying to use the very point of it. And actually, on these burrs, you don't use the point; you kind of use the side, so you go across like that. And there are two different sizes, and they are the ones that I use the most. And that is the most asked question that I get, weirdly enough.
Okay, so you've got another one from JP.
JP, what's his name?
What
sanding bits?
Okay, so what sanding bit? I actually have one here. The sanding bits that I really like to use are these little buffs. There, I've got the buffs there, and I use those quite a lot. But they're normally towards the end, and I generally use like these abrasive wheels. We do,
Oh,
yeah, and those mark as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I start off with these. Start with the white one first, and then go down. And this is the white one, but as you can see, don't have your Dremel too fast, because this is what happens, because it just like spits off everywhere. I turned it on and I didn't check the speed, so that is what happens. So don't do that. Really don't do that.
I mean, that happens an awful lot when, I mean, to be fair, with my time in Bosch and talking to the Bosch professional team as well, it's not just a Dremel accessories thing, it's a wider power tools thing as well. In that, if you are using, especially what feels softer, is check the check the speed settings for it. They're available on our website, they're available in the toolkits, and on our app. Now we have an app as well. It sounds silly, but you'll make your accessories last a lot longer. And at best, you might ping it across the room, as I do when I first use a polishing pad on full pelt. At worst, you will destroy the accessory within seconds, and it is really easy to do with some of them. So always check that out. As Kez says, it's really easy to do, and if you want your accessories to last longer.
Yeah, I mean, that was a brand new accessory. Just put it in, just touched the wood with it, and it went. I was like,
just before we go too far, we've got a very valid comment here from Wayne Bigfoot from the community.
Not only does the community assist in people's skills and talents, it also helps with long-term friendships as well as folk with mental health. It absolutely does. It really does.
I agree.
We are actually really, really good friends with Wayne and Valerie and Huey and Dale and JP and Wayne Woodturner, and many, many more. That are in the chat that you just can't sort of like, I can't name but yeah, we're actually really, really good friends with everybody, and it definitely does help with mental health, especially with sort of making and stuff. I mean, you found the same sort of thing, Mark?
Oh yeah, exactly. I've met so many great people through doing this, and it's only recently, obviously, we've been able to go out again and meet people. Makers Central was the first time in 2 years, would it be 2 years, that you could actually go out and meet people and chat to people that I'd spoken to online, I'd chatted to in chats and whatnot, but it's actually great. Again, we can actually meet people, and it's a good part of this whole community, being able to talk to people, get advice from people, and actually helping other people as well.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely become a big part of our life, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And say it's just, I don't know, everybody helps each other. It's a really, really nice community to be in.
It is.
It is really cool, and as a bit of an outsider that looks in, it is pretty awesome. I mean, from a mental health point of view, I have no issue talking about this, but other people do. I did have mental health problems a number of years ago, and at the time I did find things like colouring in, crafting really, really helped. Now, admittedly, getting a Dremel is not going to solve your mental health issues, but there are other ways and some ways of using it that can help, and it is really cool. And if you're part of that community as well, you have a support network there. I mean, my way of managing my mental health is to go out for a run in the woods somewhere and go trail running. Some people's is to do some papercraft or some engraving, and it really does help. I would say that if you are one of those people, I do have it. There is a community around you of like-minded people. Can totally understand if you don't want to talk about it. I know I didn't when I first had issues. I do now, as I'm talking to you now. I don't have an issue talking about it. More so, people can think that okay, then if he can do it, then I can do it. Great. But if you are part of the maker community, just reach out. Just have a chat with someone. It doesn't have to be about any issues. It can just be a catch up. Just a chat. I mean, sometimes I have to talk to this lot, so I wouldn't say I've made friends. I mean, God, crikey. I mean, the amount of tunnels I have to go through on my work office phone, and they haven't figured out that I'm not going through them, is quite astounding, really. But it is awesome, and the comments about the little community now it is awesome. I know what you guys create is just brilliant, and I think I've waffled too much on that. Sorry.
Yeah, stop waffling.
Right, well, going back to the bits people are using, etc. Before I completely forget, Andy Hill says he personally uses the structured tooth carving bits.
Yeah, it's absolutely down to personal preference, isn't it? Really, on the bits and stuff that you use.
Oh, and I can say that potentially next year, in the US, definitely, because that's where our main market is, but potentially next year might be 2024. We are looking to extend that structured tooth accessory segment. So when we have them, we'll have them on this live stream first, so we can show you all, or the Mark, Kez, and Phil can show you, because I'll probably hurt myself because I'm not allowed power tools in the house for obvious reasons. Yeah, but we'll be able to show stuff off like that. So watch this space on those. But if there is anything that you're wondering, what is a structured toothing? Ask us, drop us an email, drop us a thing in the chat. We can always show you, and we'll show you how they're working as well. So you can get an idea, as Kez alluded to, that you might see us use an accessory and go, oh, I didn't know how you work it like that. And it sounds silly, but it does happen quite a lot.
Yeah.
We have a couple more. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, we've got a few more things to put up.
This is silly question time.
What machine would you use to put those bits in?
Strangely enough, give me a Dremel.
Now, you could have an H260.
I would use this machine.
The machine that I actually use the most is the 4250. The 4250. I wouldn't suggest putting them in a moto saw, though.
No. And we have a question from Ben Collins. What are the best bits and compounds for polishing perspex, please?
Polishing perspex.
Have you got any of the buffs to hand, Mark?
I have, yes, somewhere. I'm
trying not to fall off my chair and reach around for the toolbox I bring into the office.
I forgot I've got everything in this wall here.
A brown one. So the
Do you mean those buffs?
One. Yeah, they're the buffs, but it was
compound. Yes, I've got compound.
The compound is the brown one. I can't remember.
We have that one. That's an impregnated polishing thing, so that already has compound in it. What are you laughing for?
You're showing your bits on screen.
Who misses?
Scott from Birdlight Turner's Workshops joined us.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott. Oh, I think Jamie wanted me to say versatile, so versatile or versatility. Sorry.
Well, yeah, the Dremel is versatile. Get it in there for you, Jamie. Are you shouting bingo yet?
I don't think we're there yet.
Can you flame polish perspex? Yeah, you can. I've not tried that. I used to work at Bolton Wanderers years ago, before COVID, and they used to clean the seats, which is like some sort of plastic, by burning them with some sort of flame. So I imagine it's the same sort of thing. You could do it with a flame or
it's an art.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to try it myself.
Right, and you can polish it using heat.
I might have to practice that outside.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah. I had a question offline. Best accessory for doing undercuts. Now, am I right in thinking if someone wants to do an undercut, they're doing some sort of inlaying? So you sort of make a cut and then you cut underneath the cut. So whenever you're inlaying.
Yeah, for my so if you've got a piece of wood and you're sort of like cutting into it, so it's the surface of the wood and you're cutting down into it, so there's an overhang. I would use the actual the cone shaped one that I showed you earlier on.
Yeah.
So I would show, I would do the cone shaped one that I showed you earlier on, because it literally just gets in and underneath and brings, so it kind of gives that lip effect. So
we have a camera playing silly with this.
Oh, nice.
It's your turn.
Yay, we're back. So, but I mean, it's just. I think with the accessories and stuff, it's just a case of trial and error. Sort of.
Yeah.
What I prefer might not be what somebody else prefers. What you prefer, Mark, might not be what I prefer, or Andy prefers, or Phil, or anybody else that's in the chat. You kind of just have to play around with your accessories, if I'm honest with you, and just kind of.
You need to play around with your bits to get it right.
Absolutely. Go play with those bits.
Yeah,
you do, and also with we do get a lot, like a few materials or our applications that even we haven't thought of from as a Dremel point of view. I mean, cosplay was the obvious example when they came along and went, oh, we use your accessories on foam, and they use the metal grinding accessories, and we're like, do you? That can you? So I'd always say if you know the material you want and you know the application, that you can kind of marry them up, and as Kez and Mark say, have a play around, get a bit of material that you don't mind destroying if it's going to. Put the tool on a slower speed so you don't again affect the accessory too much, and then you can see, okay, it'll work or not. So it's a little bit of trial and error, and it's not uncommon for me to get questions from the community going, can I use this accessory or this tool on this material? And I have to ask these misfits because I don't know, or I have to go, that is an interesting one, and go into our training room and just give it a go. So try it, just don't do it on the final piece that you want to work on when you're practicing.
Andy, do you have any idea if Dremel are planning to release the up dog accessory?
I don't know, Mark. What's up, dog?
I don't know, dog. What's up with you?
Anyway.
One last question.
Okay.
Think about signing off. And this one's for you, Andy.
It is. I saw that one. Why do Amazon supply US plug and not a UK plug? Is it safe to just swap the plug for a UK one? The first part of that question, I hope no one from Amazon is on here. They're idiots. That's why they've supplied you with the wrong toolkit. Don't swap the plug out. Send it back to them, and they should replace it. If you get any issues with it, contact us directly, and we'll swap it out. The reason to contact Amazon first is because their delivery systems are quicker than us, and they'll get it to you better than we will. Whereas they'll take a few days. We might take up to a week if our customer care center are quite busy. But if you ever receive, and unfortunately it does happen, if you ever receive a Dremel product that is bought from a UK Amazon and it's supplied with the wrong plug, don't swap it out, send it back. And if Amazon mess you around, contact us directly and we'll figure it out. Because we only do tools with it either comes with a UK adapter fitted, but the majority of them come with a UK 3-pin plug.
That's good to know. Andy from the Valleywood Perner has just said night all is on for an early night. So bye, Andy.
Good night. Well, we've actually hit our hour.
We have.
We have, but I'm sorry. I'm just going to jump because the Blue Light Turners Workshop, who commented about the Amazon thing as well. Contact the email address below, mate, and I will pick that up. You should not have been told to just buy a new one. Contact us directly. That will come to me, and I'll pick it up this week when I'm in the office, and we'll figure that out for you. Sorry.
That's all right. No worries.
Customer service.
I know.
It is customer service. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Exactly.
So, now we're doing these shows once a month, and next month it actually lands on Christmas Day. So
yay!
I'm not sitting here.
I'm not ready for that.
So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our show a week early, so on the 18th of December.
No, let's do it Christmas Day.
No.
You're pulling your Christmas cracker on screen, Mark.
I used to work Christmas Day every year. So come on, let's do it Christmas Day.
Christmas Day off this year.
Yeah, you're having this on. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to bring it to you on the 18th of December. Now we're going to do a creative Christmas, is what it's called. So if you guys have got anything you've been creative, Christmas, etc., we want to see it. But also, right, we want to get comments on the actual video itself. So not in the chat. Comment on the video to see if you can get us all in Christmas jumpers that day. Okay, now what do you reckon? You reckon silly Christmas jumpers, or are we going for?
Oh, humbug.
So we're going to do some silly Christmas jumpers. So comment on the actual video, just comment Christmas jumper, and we'll see how many of you actually want to see us in silly Christmas jumpers. Just for a bit of fun. Not
forgetting the silly Christmas, the silly Christmas jingle.
Yes,
yeah, Andy, you need to work on that.
And a silly Christmas jingle too. So that'd be cool.
It's not going to be a silly Christmas jingle. It's going to be product related because I'm a corporate student.
Phil the elf. I think it's a bit big for an elf. I'll put an elf on the shelf.
You never know what we can come up with.
Yeah.
Let us know, guys.
Yeah, let us know in the
comments below after the video, please, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Come on, we're 5 minutes over. We need to say goodbye, guys.
Yeah, we do. Is it 18th of December? Yeah, 18th of December, 8 p.m.
December, 8 p.m. on the Dremel UK YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So creative.
Sounds good to me.
So, but yeah.
Cool. Don't forget to send your projects in.
Did we survive it well?
I think so.
I think we were worried about
my career's
having
still going.
enough to say in an hour, weren't we? So I think we've done all right there.
Oh, don't worry, Mark. I picked you lot to help me out with these because I knew you would have enough to say.
Are you trying to say we talk too much?
Yeah.
Right.
Good night, Diggies.
Right, guys. With that, we will see you on the 18th of December at 8 p.m. Bye for now.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.